Okay, Beez, part 6. This one was going to be about my devastating, terrible ankle injury, which I suffered, as I mentioned, on September 15th. So that's like 2.5 months ago. It's still very sore, believe it or not. I had just recently started to be able to walk on it without a cane, obviously with a brace. I still kind of need the cane on like tough stairs, but when it first happened, it was unbelievable. So obviously, like I said, I had an ankle injury when I was much younger. That was really bad, and I never addressed it. I didn't do anything about it when I was like 17 or 18, I think it was. And I always had that right ankle was always bad. I'd always turn it kind of, but I learned to, get better sneakers, like good support, high top actual basketball sneakers so that it wouldn't turn like all the way. So every once in a while, and sometimes I did wear a brace, but every once in a while I would turn it, but it would be like a halfway turn. I mean, I'd get like a little bruise, but I'd be able to play in like a week or two. Sometimes maybe 2 weeks would be the worst that I couldn't do sports or whatever. But the only other time I was on crutches was when I hurt my knee and I had knee surgery on my meniscus. So, but an ankle injury, if anybody's watching, is one of the worst injuries you could have. I mean, obviously it's not as serious as like having the cancer or being in a really bad depression. I mean, those are like life-threatening situations. I mean, your ankles will heal. I mean, it's not going to heal properly unless you have surgery. You can heal well if you just, turn your ankle in a regular ankle sprain. But mine, I had to be sent for the MRI, and it was, I definitely tore the ligaments up. I'll go over that, but well, I might as well show you now how bad it was. I just got to learn how to do. Yeah, just click on here. Okay. So I'm down here in my little workout room, which I should use more, but I'll show you the how bad this really was. So come over here. I got the picture here. This is about the third day in. You can see the size of my ankle, and it was bruised all everywhere. I mean, it was terrible. I mean, actually terrible. What happened was I was doing just a simple drop step. Like if anybody, who plays knows a drop step. Well, I was taking a dribble to my right, moving to my right, took the dribble. As I was gathering it, you kind of jump off one foot, and then you land on your 2 feet, which now is your 2 steps. I landed on my left foot first, and then my right came down, and I was simply just going to pump fake or shoot, but I was thinking in my mind I was going to fake because somebody was there. And I came down on both feet kind of at the same time, except my left landed like a split second first, and my right came down like really hard. So like your left comes down, my right landed, and it kind of bolted in and then folded all the way back over, all in one motion, like super quick. It just like folded all the way over. I mean, I'm lucky I didn't break any bones, but people say, oh, if you would have broke it, it would have been easier. Yeah, but I still would have had the issues with the ligaments, which last longer. So by now the bones would be healed. Yeah. I mean, if I would have broke it and not tore any ligaments, obviously it would have been easier, but it's kind of hard to break bones without tearing ligaments. I mean, I guess it's possible, but if I would have broke the bones along with the ligaments, it just would have been pretty much as long as it would last as this long anyway. You know what I mean? Because the ligaments take much longer than the bone. I mean, they would have placed it back in place or whatever. Unless your bone is totally cracked open to the side, and then when you're in the ER, I guess they crack it back in. Thank God that didn't happen, because that freaks me out. Not a lot of things bother me, but that's, ugh. So anyway, here it is. And this isn't just your regular ankle sprain. This is serious. And you can see there, the skin, it was so swollen that the skin bubbled up because it just was so swollen. It broke the skin open. I guess that's like when it folded sideways. Here was a few days after. I'm sorry about the glare. As you can see, it then the bubble turned into a deep hole in my ankle, a deep cut. Oh, this is terrible to look at. And as you can see here, whoops, the whole leg was bruised all the way up to my knee. I never had a bruise all the way up to my knee. Bruised. The whole calf, your whole calf, the front, back, everywhere. And then down here, obviously, all the way to the toes was just bruised. I mean, it's terrible. I know this is kind of bad to look at if you're not used to seeing these. But I don't know many videos that I've seen before on YouTube or in surgeries where you see a foot like this. I mean, some are bad, I know, but I don't know if I've seen any worse than this. So that's it. This is, oh, that's the same picture. It's a little bit higher there. You can see how deep that cut, though, was. So the problem was I had to wait to get the surgery because I had to wait for that skin to heal. And it kept, like, scabbing over and 3-4 times because the guy can't do the surgery until that skin is healed. So I would have had the surgery about a month ago if it wasn't for the break in the skin like that. I know it's terrible, but you know, it's just one of those things that could happen. It could have happened while I was playing any sport. The thing is, I had a weak ankle. I mean, it was bound to, you know. So, and I'll just show you which picture here. I know it's terrible to look at, but see down over here in this area, or right where that bubble is, kind of right down to the side there, is where my ATF ligament totally tore all the way, not a partial. And then down under here in the back, you have your, underneath towards behind that, I think, lower, CFL, which I partially torn that. And they also saw inside that, I don't know if I'm saying it right, sysmosis, that was an old injury. And that was all torn up, and there was a whole bunch of scar tissue in there. And also on the other side, my deltoid ligament was a little bit torn, but they're not going to do surgery on that, I don't think. But they are going to fix the ATF and the ATFL and the CFL, and then they're going to put what's called a internal brace made by Arthrex. Arthrex, if you don't know, is a company that makes all kinds of different procedures, kits, like tool kits to fix all kinds of issues on your body. So it's made by Arthrex. It's an internal brace which ties it all up and tightens up the ankle really tight. And also for that other injury, the old injury, I think they're doing the tightrope, which I think it's called a tightrope XP. Sorry, we don't have to look at the screen no more. The tightrope goes right across your whole, above your ankle, right across through both bones, and they put like a tight fiber in there to keep the bones at the right distance apart to hold that bone in. And pretty much it'll be pretty hard to turn after that. After all, anyway, this is the updated. Oh, Jesus. This is it now. This was just a few days ago. As you can see, the swelling, the difference in the swelling. And look at the size of that. And then look at that. So that's 2 months later, 2.5 months. The cut starting to heal there. This was a few days ago. It actually looks better than that now. But there you can see. Oh my God, what a terrible injury. So I'm actually going today to the surgeon to set the date for the surgery, which should be probably next week, I hope. I really hope I would go today and they just go, all right, come in Sunday. I mean, Friday. Today's Wednesday. So, but I doubt it, but it's going to happen soon because I've had all the tests. I went for my chest x-ray, blood work, all that fun stuff. I got to go for today for an EKG and a COVID test. So if I'm doing the COVID test today, you have to have the surgery pretty close to that. So I'm hoping they tell me. That would be great if they said Friday, but they're probably going to say Monday or something. So I had to go through all that. I had crutches. It was terrible. I live my house has my bedroom is upstairs, so I had to crawl up and down the stairs. Could not put any weight on it at all for like probably at least 3.5 weeks, almost a month, probably a month. No weight at all. I've never had anything that lasts that long, a whole month, where I couldn't even I didn't even wear the boot till like 3 weeks. I was just no weight at all, up on the crutches. I was putting so much, doing so much on the left leg that my left ankle, my left knee, my left hip, everything was all messed up. I did go for like pre-surgery therapy, which helped get some mobility in the ankle after a while, but like everywhere I went, it took like hours. It would take like hours to get ready because you're on crutches. I mean, just to have something to eat or whatever, like my girlfriend would be busy working. So I had to just to make a sandwich, and you're going around the room with the crutches. So after a while, I ended up getting one of those knee scooters. Free shout out to, what's it called? I don't remember the name of it now. Roscoe knee scooter to help me get around the kitchen and stuff. But then once I was in the boot, I could walk with the crutches in the boot. I was all right. So, I brought some of the stuff here. Obviously, that's just the boot they give you. I think that was the one I got in the ER, but it's the same one that my surgeon said, oh, you need a boot? I'm like, oh, wait, no, where did I get this? This is from when I think I saw my original orthopedist. It's not from the ER. The ER did give me crutches, but I think I had crutches at home. After the crutches, I was able to go to this cane here, which is a four-legged cane, and I don't know. I never used the cane, but I did learn that. See, my injury was on my right foot. You use the cane on the left. You step with the right foot and the cane at the same time. Then you take your left step and right step cane to take off some of the weight on your left, because you're putting all your weight on your left side. That's the problem. So that helps with that. This was the first brace I got. This is like one of the best braces you can get. What was it called? The A2Z2 or something or other. I forget, but that's the name of it there. But I think if you look you Google it or go on YouTube, it's like Z2, A2. I don't know, but this is like this is like the same thing pros wear. Very sturdy. This is for like when you're really hurt and you got to keep it straight. I would have my ankle will be wrapped, and then I have this on top of that, or just have this. A little bulky though. It wouldn't really fit like in your sneaker. I mean, if you had to, I guess once your swelling went totally down, you probably could, but it's probably by that time when the swelling goes down in your ankle, then you go down to this brace I found to be better, which is a Core Flex. Core Flex brace. It's a lace-up brace, but like with Velcro, and then it has the side, the two straps that wrap around, like how a doctor tapes you up. Like they wrap, the wrap goes all the way down around the bottom of your heel and back up the side, and then you have it come straight up the side like that to make it some good support there. That's a more comfortable one. It's not as bulky as that one. So, but I got to get the medium. This is a large because when your foot is wrapped, this would go over the wrap. Once you have the wrap off your ankle, you could go to. Oh, well, for me, I'm gonna go to the medium. But all this doesn't even matter now because after I get this surgery, pretty soon, I'm obviously gonna be going back to doing all this stuff all over again. So it's been 2 months of barely walking. I have zero income. I only been able to recently work a little bit here and there because I'm on my feet when I work. I do like catering and stuff, and I only been working a few hours here and there because it gets sore. And at first I was having to carry the cane, so you're having your cane to go upstairs, and I'm carrying food and like medical stuff and deliver like prescriptions, and you got to be on your feet a lot, so it was like tough. I only work like 2 hours or whatever, 2-3 hours, and you get sore. So I've been trying to do that a little bit, but otherwise I've had no income. Like I had no income when I was going through all that depression. I had no income when I had the cancer, and now I got no income with this. It's just I wouldn't even know where to try to apply for any of this stuff because as an independent contractor, I don't know. I don't even know anything about it. I just try to get by. It's horrible. I gotta take out loans. I gotta take out loans just to pay my bills. I'm just going deeper and deeper in a hole of debt. But what am I gonna do? I don't know what to do. I just got to get through it. And then, after the surgery, hopefully, I would say I'm gonna be in a cast. And hopefully get out of the cast. I'll be probably in a boot. Cast probably 3 weeks, I'm guessing. I don't know. Maybe 4, maybe a month. I'm not even sure. But, it's a lot of stuff they're doing in the surgery. They're doing the ATFL. They're doing the CFL. They're doing the internal brace made by Arthrex. Like I said, the tightrope XP. I'm having, the modified Brostrom to repair the ligaments, I guess, and then they got to use some skin to go over that cut. They kind of like the surgeon is hoping that the swelling went down enough that there's some extra skin he can pull to cover that cut. You saw how bad it was, how deep it was, but that's what's been holding me back. What is this? That hole, man. Oh, man, it doesn't even look like a human foot. It looks like a fake. You couldn't believe it. So bad. After surgery, it won't be that bad, but it's still gonna be swollen and very sore, and I'm gonna have all kinds of stitches and holes. We're gonna do arthroscopic, and they're also gonna do an invasive cut down the side to get that internal brace in there, I guess. So this is going to happen soon. So I'll be back on my back again. And right now, as you see, I'm walking around. I can walk around a little bit, but I got to be really careful. And I don't leave the house unless I'm wearing I wear this brace now, and my foot isn't wrapped right now, but it's usually wrapped. So that's it. It's a terrible, terrible injury, and a really bad high ankle sprain is the worst, one of the worst injuries you can have in sports. So I figured, all right, you saw the pictures. If anybody has done that to their ankle, I feel for you, man. It is terrible, especially someone like me who suffers from depression, and I really rely on being active. Like I love going to the track. I love to do like a hike. I love just playing football with my nephew, running around. I love, of course, playing basketball. And when you can't do those things, you don't really have an outlet. It's like, like as you see right there up in the corner, I got my bench. I got my little Bowflex bench with the these hand. This only goes up to 50 pounds. I could do 50 pounds. I do my chest and stuff like that. But I couldn't even barely do any weights because I couldn't balance myself with my foot. Oh, this is another thing you could get here. This is for your leg. If you're laying in bed, this is what you gotta. I ordered it, I think, for Amazon. You know, to keep your leg up if you're laying on your back, obviously, and you put your leg right in here to keep your leg above your heart. I think your leg is supposed to be. They say if your toes are above your nose, or basically for the circulation and to keep your foot up. So the swelling, to help the swelling. So it's going to be a tough road to recovery. I guess I'll make a few videos, right after surgery, and then as I'm going through the rehab and as I get the cast off. Because I know when I did my ankle really bad, I was looking all over YouTube to watch anybody who had to go through this. So if you want to watch along, this is going to be tough, but I got to battle through it. I just hate staying home. I hate it. So especially when I'm going to have that cast and I'm not going to be weight bearing at all. No weight bearing, probably for the first few weeks, and then onto the boot. And then from the boot to getting the stitches taken out and all that, and I'm going to have to go down the road when I get the stability back, when I get the, when they do all the movements and such to the foot, you do your like toes up and down, you got to go, you have your foot out, you do like, you move your left to the right, you do like bridges, like all kinds of like just movements, you do the alphabets, or you just do circles, and then after a while you do toe lifts, even just laying on your back. Like I could be on the bench right here, and you lay on your back and you do bridges, or like marching, like up and down, to get a little bit of weight on the ankle there. But at first it's just going to be like a physical therapist, just, moving it around, just trying to get like the little tiny, you have all these little muscles in there, just to move them around, So first you do that, and then the surgeon said he's going to send me to like a real sports rehab center where I could practice doing, I'm going to be going to my gym too, but at least there the guys will show you what you really need to do. Like as far as like, you probably do like things where you stand on one of those circles, like a circle, and you stand on it and balance, or you stand on one foot, and then you like eventually start, I'll be running, the guy will watch me run, maybe on a treadmill or jog at first, just to get, and you got to get your gait back, the way you walk. That's the most important thing too, because think about it, your hips, if your hips aren't straight to the ground and aren't strong, your ankles are, everything gets thrown out of whack. Like when I tore my ankle, I went to the chiropractor, I had my back adjusted, had my hip adjusted. I still go once in a while. You got to get everything straight again, because once your ankle, it throws everything off. And if I didn't get this surgery, I could let it heal on its own. The original orthopedist was like, oh, you'll be able to do regular stuff, but you won't be able to be like that competitive or nothing. I'm like, well, what's the point? Like, I ain't like some really old guy that like, I need to enjoy my life. Like, I don't drink, I don't smoke. Like I need to like play basketball. I need to like play football. My nephew, I need to like go hiking. I want to like still play like tennis or do bowling. I don't have to want to worry about this thing rolling over all the time. And once I saw the specialist, the ankle specialist, the surgeon, he's like, no, of course you got to get surgery. It's like, no way you could have a totally torn ATFL and a partially torn CFL. Those are two of your main ligaments on the outside of your foot. There are two of them that are damaged. One is totally gone. He's like, it's not going to heal. I'll be compensating so much on your left side. He goes, 8 to 10 years down the road, I'd be barely walking. I'll be suffering. It's like, I'm not going to do that. Of course I'm going to get the surgery now while I can. My regular orthopedist was just like, didn't want to bother, I guess. I guess it's just like a whole body orthopedist type. You break your arm, shoulder surgery. He did my knee surgery. He's not a bad guy or nothing, but he just didn't want to bother with the ankle. He's like, you'll be all right. I'm like, screw that. I went to go see the ankle. And so if you do roll your ankle really, really bad, don't even bother with the regular orthopedist. Go to a foot and ankle specialist. Foot and ankles, that's all they do. This guy does these type surgeries, like ATFL, CFL, with the internal brace and all that. Like, he does like 3 or 4 a week of these surgeries. Like, he could do it with his eyes closed. I mean, I hope not, but you know what I mean. I mean, they're used to doing it. It's all they do. You know, you don't do anything else. That's what you need. You need somebody who just specializes in that. So, all right, that's it. I'm going to try to go out and work a little bit today. I got my appointment with the surgeon today. Hopefully he gives me the date. Have my EKG, COVID test. I'm hoping the latest Monday, Tuesday next week. If not, that would be great. If he goes, oh, we got an opening Friday morning, I just want to get it done. I just want to get it done, and I want to heal. As you saw how bad it was. All right. Till next time. Peace out.